Hey guys, today I have for you a review of the EPOMAKER TH80 version 2 Pro. I reviewed the TH80 Pro almost 3 years ago for the Gadgeteer. I'll put a link in the description below. So I'm kind of excited to do this one because I really enjoyed that keyboard back then. This is a 75% sized keyboard with a tri-mode connectivity. So let's open it up and see what we get. You can see that they also sent me a mouse. I'll unbox that here in just a second. Let's take this keyboard out. Set it right here. And let's see, what else do we get? Get some paperwork and we get a couple extra switches. The keyboard they sent me has jade switches, and I'll go over that in just a little bit. And for some reason, we have an insert key. I'm not sure why they included that, but they did. We have a braided USB-A to USB-C cable. Always appreciate a braided cable. And we have the standard cheapy keyboard switch and cap removal tool. Now let's check out the keyboard itself. Like I said, it's a 75% size keyboard. That means that it doesn't have a number pad over here, but it does have a full row of function keys, and it has my favorite feature of mechanical keyboards, and that is an analog knob that you can use to control volume. It's a metal knob, and you can press it in to mute. And I have a feeling that it probably has some extra features, like maybe this built-in display right here. So let's come in closer so you can see it's got a display. It has an inverted T directional pad of keys, and looks like we might have an LED here for status. It'll be interesting to see what kind of lighting effects it has. Whoops. The control key just fell out with the switch. Okay, that's interesting. Let's put that back in there. Now you will notice that it is a Windows keyboard, or at least it comes with the Windows keys, and it says Win and Alt, and underneath it says Option and Command. I suppose that is so that they don't have to send you two other keycaps with the Option and Command graphics on them. I can deal with that. All right, let's look at the back. Looks like we got a little protector over this very shiny metal plate right here. You can see that. It's very glary. And we have two-stage feet that pop up so that you can adjust the angle of the keyboard. Looks like we got some more plastic that we can remove. Whoops, I think I just pulled that off and did not get the plastic. Oh well. It's got some graphics right here. And like I said, you got two-stage feet, so this will be the max angle. And if you'd rather have a little bit less of an angle, you can do that, or just not have an angle at all. And on this side, we have a little holder for the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and it snaps in place. So we got that. And on this side, we have more graphics. I wonder if I can get that plastic off. No, it does not want to come off. So, hey, I pulled off part of it. I'm sure I could get it if I really wanted to, but that's okay. So you can see the angle right there. Let's remove the keycap and a switch, or a cap. So here is one of the caps. You can see it's a double shot. And yeah, there we go. Now let's take out a switch. Looks like we have south-facing RGB LEDs. You can see the LED right there. And as I mentioned, these are jade switches. And we'll go over those a little bit more in detail. And you'll be able to hear what they sound like when I do a sound test. So let's put that back in place. And like this. Let's check out what we have as far as connections. We have a USB-C port right there in the center, and you can use that to charge the internal batteries and connect it to your computer because you have three options. You can use the USB cable, which is the center switch, or you can go with the 2.4 gigahertz dongle or Bluetooth. I tend to like to connect to my MacBook Pro with the cable just so I don't have to worry about the battery. And we have a nice physical Windows Mac switch. I'm switching that to Mac because that's what I have. Alright, so that's the keyboard. Let's put that right here. EPOMAKER was also nice enough to send me one of their click mice. So let's open that up real quick and we'll use both of them at the same time so I can tell you everything about it. So this is a tri-mode mouse with 42,000 DPI and 8,000 hertz polling rate. Now that's something that gamers will appreciate. I am not a gamer, so I will be telling you what it's like to use it as a boring regular person. Tight fit. Okay. Let's see what else is in this box. Gives quite a bit of stuff here. Looks like we have some graphics if you want to trick out the mouse. Which we have another braided cable. Wow, that's nice. USB-A to USB-C, another one. It says this must be the dongle because it is tri-mode. So you can use it, it looks like 2 gigahertz, and you can have two Bluetooth connections. So you could have one to your laptop, one to another computer. You can have you can change the polling rate right here with a button, which I've never done that before. And you can connect it to your computer using Bluetooth, a USB cable, or the 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which I am going to assume is this. We'll have to test that out. And this is a very lightweight mouse. Very lightweight. And if you want to make it look a little more interesting, I suppose, I'm guessing these are stickers for it. Yeah, I don't know why I would want to do that, but you can if you want to. And it looks like they include extra of these, you know, little pads here that help it move very smoothly on a surface. All right, guys, I'm going to connect both these up to my MacBook, and we will see what it's like to use them. This has quite a few buttons here. I guess I didn't realize that. It's got a scroll wheel. Now, it's not like my favorite Logitech MX Master scroll wheels where you can just have continuous scrolling, but we'll try it out anyway. Got side buttons, got a couple buttons here. Of course, you got the main mouse buttons. You got, like, believe a status LED right there. So we are going to set them both up and see what I think about them. This is the built-in display, and by default you can see that it has the time and the date, the battery capacity of the keyboard, which is 10,000 milliamps, and what is the setting? Is it Mac or Windows, and is it wired or Bluetooth or the dongle? Right now you can see that I have it as Mac and wired. Now to change so that you can use this display for the lighting effects, you have to hold down the function key right here and press the analog button, so like that. And then when you turn this button, you can see that you get some of the configuration settings, and you can get the speed of the effects and the volume you can change the volume, and you can change the language. So if you let it go back to the default, it will show the time, but then every time you turn this, you'll be back in the configuration settings. So to get it back to using the volume control, you have to press the function key and hit this button again. And then when you do that, you get to use the analog button as a volume knob. After using the EPOMAKER TH80 version 2 Pro mechanical keyboard for the last few days, I have to say that I really love it. I love the thocky sound, but a lot of people won't, because you can hear this in the other room. Now, it's just going to depend on who you're working with. If you're working by yourself at home and you like the sound of keyboards like this and the feel of them, then you're going to love this one. But others that might be around you in the same room or even in an adjacent room might not like it. I like the volume knob. Now, one thing that I have noticed with this keyboard is the location of the delete key. I have muscle memory from my previous keyboard, which is the Keychron keyboard, where the delete key is up here beside the volume knob. So with that keyboard, this is the location that I'm used to, the F12 key. So every time that I go to press the delete key when I've been using this keyboard, nothing happens, and I realize it's because on this keyboard the delete key is here. Now, so far in the last few days I've been using this, that is actually the only thing that I've noticed that is different, that kind of trips me up. Otherwise, you know, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. The display, you know, I can take or leave the display. That doesn't do anything for me. I'm not looking down there to see what the time is or anything like that. I got the time on my computer itself. But other than that, I like it very well. I have no complaints. So now let's talk about the mouse, the EPOMAKER Click mouse. This mouse, for me, as a non-gamer, is just way too lightweight compared to my favorite mouse of all time, which is a Logitech MX Master, the latest one, the 4. I like the weight of this one. This one is just like super lightweight, and it is incredibly fast. I'm like, where the heck is my cursor? Because it's moving around so quick, I can't see it on my screen. But you can change the speed, the DPI, by pressing these different buttons here on top. Otherwise, it's a great mouse. It has a lot of nice features, the ability to connect it to your computer 3 different ways, the ability to change the DPI and the polling rate and all that stuff. It's nice. I can't really complain about it in that regard. But for me, it's just too lightweight. I feel like I don't have any control over it, and I miss my Logitech MX Master mouse. But that's coming from somebody that's not a gamer. A gamer would probably love this mouse. So when it comes right down to it, love the keyboard. The mouse isn't for me, but I've always enjoyed reviewing EPOMAKER products. I can't really complain anything about them. They're well made. They work as you would expect them to work. And if you would like to check out this keyboard, I'll have a link in the description below, along with a link to the mouse. If you want a very quick, lightweight mouse, this one, you should give it a try. And as always, I hope that this review was helpful to you. If it was, consider giving me a thumbs up and even subscribing if you aren't already subscribed. And in the comments below, do me a favor. Let me know, what is your favorite mechanical keyboard and what is your favorite mouse? Let's get a discussion going on what our favorites are. And as always, I hope you have a great day.